Hi guys, and today I'm back with this review on the LOCO that I thought I reviewed, but going through my list I hadn't. This is the Hornby Railroad Range Midland or LMS Compound or 1000 class. This one came out about 2011 into the Hornby Railway Range, and yeah, so let's get into some information on it. Here is some model information on the LMS compound. Hornby have done a model of it since the early 80s, and then in 2010 they put it in the railroad range. Backman have also done a 00 scale model of the LMS compound from around 2012-2013. The Great British Locomotive Collection did a static version of one too in 00. Also in O you can get a few kits as well by Cotswold Models do a kit, and in O Bassett Lote does a compound in a few different liveries, and finally in 1 gauge Bing do a tin plated one. As we move on to the front of the LOCO, we have some metal buffers. A little bit of rivets around the buffers itself. We have a big plastic coupling. We have the number of the LOCO on the front, which is 1000. There's a few moulded details around the smokebox darts, like the lamp irons and the handrails. As you can see, the locomotive is in the LMS maroon livery with gold or yellow banding around the splashers, and later on the tender. We have some moulded steps there. We have a wheel configuration, which is a 440. We also have the metal rods with a bit of plastic there as well. We have a separately applied handrail along the boiler. We have, which looks like a plastic reverser. We also have some other moulded detail there, and you can see straight through to the other side of the locomotive. And we have some washout plugs and whistles and safety valves as well. On to the other side of the LOCO, I think we have a housing pump there, I believe. Could be wrong. We also have the reverser there, which is metal, I think. We have another handrail. We have the rigging there for the braking as well, same as the other side. Steps and splashers are painted as well. As we move on to the cab area / tender, we can see the lining again around the cab and the rear wheel splasher. We have the easy printed lettering of 1000. There is no cab detail, it's all printed, or it's all moulded. We have a vent which doesn't move, and you can also see some rivets as well on top of the cab in black. As we move on to the tender, both sides of the tender are exactly the same. We have the lining around the tender, which is gold and maroon. We also have the LMS. We have some painted axle boxes and springs, which is pretty nice by Hornby. Failing that, most of it's moulded. The coal load is moulded too. We have a water filler here, and then we have, I think, some stuff here for the tarpaulin. I believe, could be wrong. I think they're all moulded. We have a handrail there on both sides, and we have another one there, which I think are both separately applied. As we move on to the back of the locomotive and tender, it's all moulded. You have some rivets around there, and a buffer beam. We have the big coupling. You also have a few moulded steps and then plates for the LOCO. We have a vacuum pipe in front and back, which I've got to mention as well. As we move on the underneath of the locomotive, it has a big massive traction tyre on the leading driving wheel there, and none on the next one. It is the LOCO driven LOCO as well, and that sounds odd. We have, I think this one and the front one, these two back ones pick up power as well. The big driving wheels pick up power too, and then we have the wiring as well. Midland Railway 1000 class. The Midland Railway 1000 class is a class of 440 steam locomotive designed for passenger works. After the grouping, the LMS continued to build slightly modified MR compounds as the LMS Compound 440. Here is some information on the class. The power type is steam. Designer is Samuel White Johnston. Renewal as a superheater. Dealey. Compound by Henry Fowler. They were all built at Derby Works between 1902 and 1909. 45 were made. The rebuilt dates were 1913 to 1928. The wheel configurations are 440. They are standard gauge. The fuel type is coal. Cylinders is 3, 1 high pressured and 2 low pressured. Valve gear is Stevenson. They operated under the Midland Railway, the LMS and BR. The class is a 1000. The power type is 4P. The withdrawal is 1948 to 53. All of was scrapped and one is preserved, which is at the NRM. Here is some information on the LOCO I just looked at. Its LMS and Midland Railway number is 1000. Its BR number is 41000. Designer is Johnston. Class is a compound. Company history is LMS. The wheel configuration is 440. Obviously built at Derby. It came into service during the first 1902 and it was withdrawn during the 9th 1951, and it had a service life of about 50 years. The only shed code I can find is 17A Derby, and it is part of the National Railway Museum as well. So yeah, that's it on the tracks, as you can tell. Next up will be the points test and second radius, if it can do second radius or not. I believe it can. So here it goes. So yeah, it managed the points test and the second radius test pretty well. It's quite a nice LOCO. Next up will be some slow speed, so let's see if I can get it going. Not bad for DC or analog. I'm guessing it probably could be smoother with DCC. I'm not sure. So yeah guys, that's the end of the review. I understand the Bachmann version is a lot better. I get that, that's fine. For the money I paid, which I told you first before I show you what's on the track, I paid £45–50 for this. This is one, the railroad range was budget, as in like no more than 60. I think I got several locos at that price. I got my Patriot class, which is, you'll see in a minute. I got a black 5, and I think I got a 47, a class 47, which is now sold. I got a Virgin livery, and I also got a Deltic St. Paddy, when Hornby used to do railroad cheap. The steam is good. The steam range in the Hornby stuff is good. This one, I'm on the fence. Not the best looking LOCO Hornby I've done on the railway range. Their earlier one, which is tender driven, which is a bit more enhanced livery on the LOCO, is better. So yeah, if you can afford the Bachmann one, get it. If you want a cheap one to do stuff, obviously okay for this. If it's a right price, now you can practice your weathering on it, or anyone who wants to practice how to maintain a LOCO should buy this one, in my opinion. So we had W4, Dodo, the Peckett W4. Yeah, if anyone points it out, it's missing its whistle or safety valve, can't remember which one it is. I'm trying to locate one. Currently, this one had a Pullman named after me, obviously. Not really, it's a kitchen car. This one had a mixture of some LMS stock and Thompson teak. In the shed we had a Triang Poly. Then we had an Ivert Class 4, which is there. And then beside it we had, I can't pronounce it. It's a Patriot class anyway. It's a railroad one, and I can't pronounce the name. I do apologise. So yeah, guys, that was what was with it. Like I said, if you can afford the Bachmann one, yeah, please do. But the Bachmann one is at between £80 and £100 plus. This might come up really cheap, brand new. The only issue I have with this is the traction tyre. As you can see, some of the videos, it struggled on that bend there. So yeah, so that's the review. There'll be a few videos and a shout out at the end card, like I always do now. Until next time, guys, it's goodbye from these beauties, and it's goodbye from me. Bye.